Phantasy Star IV, Retold. Written by Michael Plymel. Narrated by Mason Bourne. Chapter 6. Chaz. After leaving the town of Mile, we head north toward our real destination, Birth Valley. It's a popular and mysterious mountainous region, but as far as I know, there's nothing really special about it. At least, that should have been the case. But according to the headmaster of the Academy City of Piada, the recent appearance of a new breed of monsters has been tracked back to Birth Valley. During their research, a sorcerer named Zio appeared and threatened the headmaster, ordering him to stop investigating the area. Of course, that's not going to prevent someone like Alice from going there. In fact, she's more eager now than she was before we learned about all this. As usual, her adventurous spirit can't be matched. Though I'd like to think I'm a close second. I can't wait to check it out, I say, a smile on my lips. Just don't let your guard down, Alice reminds me.
And remember,
Han adds,
we came here to find Professor Holt.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. After my words, Birth Valley comes into view. Or rather, the town that sits at the base of the mountain does, anyway. For whatever reason, some people decided that this was a good place to build a town. I don't get it, but there are a lot of things I don't understand in this world, so I can only accept it. Something's wrong. Alice calls for us to stop just before we walk through the town's gate. What is it? I ask. No sound. No movement. Almost as if nobody's inside. If this is really where those new monsters are coming from, then do you think...
No way,
Han says.
They've got to be alive, right?
We won't know until we step inside. Alice waves for us to follow. She slowly makes her way through the town gate, keeping a keen eye on the surroundings. From what I remember, the village is called Zema. It's supposed to be a rather lively town, almost like a tourist attraction. People come here to see the famous Birth Valley, so that makes sense. But like Alice said, there's no sign of life anywhere, almost as if this town were suddenly abandoned. But that's not the case. The truth is far more sinister.
They've all been turned to stone!
Han yells. What kind of technique can do something like this? I turn my head, taking in the sight of the townspeople. Their bodies are a rocky gray, the soft flesh of their skin now a hard stone. They were once living people. Now they're nothing more than statues. Alice doesn't speak. She simply continues on, past all the people who are frozen in whatever position they were in when the technique turned them to stone. Eventually, we arrive at the entrance of a cave that cuts into the mountain that backdrops the town. This is Birth Valley, Alice says. A cave system that's supposed to lead somewhere strange. Strange? Like what? I don't recall. A room or something similar. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Without hesitation, she steps into the cave. We follow her inside, our weapons at the ready. As expected of a place that's the origin of a monster outbreak, there are plenty of enemies inside. Being a cave, there's no hope of avoiding them like we can outside, forcing us to battle several groups as we explore. Fortunately, they're not that strong. At least, not for someone like Alice. Her slicers fly out each time a group appears, taking them down with ease. Now that she has 2 slicers, her combat potential has nearly doubled. The enemies don't stand a chance. After a bit of exploration, we arrive at the mysterious room. Although it looks no different from the rest of the cave, there is one oddity. A door, the likes of which I've never seen before. However, there's something here even more surprising than that.
Professor Holt!
Han yells, running to the man. Him too? I stare at his petrified body. What on earth is going on?
This can't be! How?
Alice steps up to the stone statue that was once Professor Holt. An ancient curse? Curse? You mean it's not a technique? Techniques aren't the only types of magic in this world. But I can't believe someone is able to cast such a spell in this day and age. Han turns to Alice.
Is there any way to remove the curse?
Someone once said that a medicine called Alschlein is able to turn stone back to flesh.
Really? Where can we find it?
I heard about it some time ago in a Motavian village, but that was a long while back. Which Motavian village? I ask. Molcom, to the south.
Alright then, let's get going.
Han turns his back on the professor. Let's see, if you're going to Molcom... Alice smirks at the young scholar. I'll make you a deal. Just 500, Miss Etta. Even now, Alice can't help but take advantage of the situation. It's just in her blood to squeeze the most profit out of everyone she meets. My current debt to her is proof of that. You devil. Tears of poverty form in the corner of Han's eyes. I know that feeling well. We quickly make our way out of Birth Valley and leave the village of Zema the same way we entered. We want to reach the village quickly, so we avoid the monsters roaming the plains. They lurk all around us, but both Alice and I have no problem sneaking by them. Han simply follows our lead, and before we know it, the village of Molcom comes into view. However...
What's this?
Han yells when we reach the gate that surrounds the town. What a disaster. I can't help but voice my thoughts. Smoke rises from within the village, the buildings nothing but smoldering piles of rubble. As for the people... Dead, Alice says after checking one of the bodies.
Why?
Han's voice is hot with bottled anger.
What's happening? Why is everything falling apart?
Hey, I say, someone's alive! I point toward a figure standing in the center of the village, his back turned to us. I can't make out much detail from this distance, but he appears to be wearing a white cloak or cape.
Is that...
Alice's normally calm voice is filled with what I can only describe as anticipation. She suddenly takes off almost in a rush to see who it is that's still standing in this devastated village. We quickly reach that figure. He must have heard us approach, but he doesn't turn around. Rune, Alice says. The man finally turns his head, his long blue hair swaying gently. Hey Alice, long time no see. My eyes fall on his confident smile. Alice, do you know this guy? From a long time ago, she answers. Rune turns his face to me. Is Shorty here your current companion? He's still a kid. Hey, watch what you say! For some reason, this guy's really starting to irritate me. Stop it, Chaz. You too, Rune. Alice immediately squashes the awkward atmosphere. More importantly, what's going on? He gives in to Alice. This is all the handiwork of Zio. Zio? I say. I bet the person who turned the people of Zema into stone is also... Well, your brain seems to work a little bit. Rune cuts me off before I can even finish. You? Cut it out! Alice butts in again. It seems everywhere we go, it's always Zio. Where is he? I'm not sure, Rune says. Han steps up to us.
With the town destroyed, how are we going to find Alschlein?
You're going for Alschlein? In that case, you better go to Tanoe.
Tonoe?
Let's see. From here, it's kinda far. First, travel east to the village of Krupp. Then head north and you'll find the village of Tanoe. As soon as Han heard the village of Krupp, he made a complicated face.
We don't have to pass by Krupp, do we?
Why? I asked, curious about his reaction.
Let's just head straight towards Tanoe. Alice?
I haven't decided yet, she says without much thought. I'm going to invite myself to your group. At Rune's words, Alice gives a look of surprise. I've got some business here too. Not so fast, I yell. We'd enjoy your company. Alice breaks eye contact with Rune as she speaks. Huh? What's with that look? Alice! I say before I know it. Good, we're all set. Rune's annoying smile widens. And Shorty, try not to get in the way. Stop calling me Shorty! My name is Chaz. Rune says, cutting me off again. That's what you said your name was, right? Huh, what a stupid name. Alice, I think he's going to be more trouble than he's worth. Ha! I won't get in anyone's way. You already have, Alice says matter-of-factly. Han lets out a deflated sound. I'm a little uneasy about our destination. Alice and Rune take off together, heading back out of the destroyed village. Han and I follow behind, neither of us in a good mood, but for entirely different reasons.